Hello everybody. It is another beautiful day in January here in Saranda. We had a few days of rain, but it's been really gorgeous. Today's video we're going to talk about the cost of living here in Albania, in Saranda in specific, but we've been all around the country, so we have a little bit of an idea of what things cost in other parts of Albania as well. To give you some insight, our budget every month is about $1,100, and we are able to live a pretty damn good life with that amount of money. But you could live here, and you know, in hindsight, we've noticed a lot of things where we could have saved money if we had known this coming into it, where we could have lived here for $500–600 every single month, and that's what we're going to go over and explain to everybody of what things cost and how low you can actually be able to get by on and live a very good life here in Saranda, Albania. An important thing to take note is here in Albania, use of the internet is not the same as the Western world. Here, if you're looking for apartments or pretty much anything, you don't just Google it. You don't just go on Craigslist and look at all the listings. Here, it's about who you know and not what you can Google. There's very little you can find on Google, and what you do find on there will be on booking.com. Airbnb will be double or more the real price if you are staying for anything long term. But you do need it, because when you first come here, you got to book a place, obviously, just for a couple days until you get to meet the people that are going to take you around, show you the different apartments, and tell you, you know, what's going to fit your budget. The key is, and something that we made a mistake with, is often when you tell somebody your budget's $500 here, what they're going to do is they're going to take that as, oh, you mean 500 euros. Now you're at $600. And then they will show you ones that are just above that, because obviously there's more money to be made by getting you to go a little bit above your budget. Now, what we saw in this video was, you know, some really nice places, but they were all around that $550 to $750 or euros that they were trying to squeeze us into. If we had said $250 to $300 or $200 to $250, we would have seen places that were pretty much the same, maybe slightly smaller, but things that are going to be a hell of a lot more affordable. And so we should have done that in hindsight, obviously, because our budget is made up of about 70% is just our place to live. Now keep in mind, we don't pay internet, we don't pay for electricity, water, or anything like that, and so that's nice. And the rest of the items that you buy and rent and stuff like that here in Albania is going to be a very small amount of money. You can live very cheaply here once you take care of your place you're going to live in, which we're going to look at today. The currency here in Albania is called lek. If you are coming from any country outside of Europe, you should probably get your money converted to euros, because euros are accepted widely here where the US dollar is not. Sure, you can find places to exchange the US dollar, but that would be the one exception that you could still get away with it. Do not show up here with pesos or some other type of currency. The good thing is the easiest way for you to understand how much lek is worth is 100 lek is $1 US. It's give or take a penny here and there, but regardless, it makes it really easy for people to understand how much things are costing. Just remove 2 zeros and you know how much it is in US dollars. You won't get much of a fluctuation also, so if you're walking around with euros, because people will love to take your euros, you're just going to get like a 1.2 currency exchange on it, and it's not a very good rate. So just convert it all to lek and do everything in lek. You'll be way better off. Right now I'm heading to the bank to pay my monthly taxes. If you are here as a visitor, this is not really going to apply to you, but keep in mind, America, you can have 1 year as a visitor, but every other country in the world, 3 months. And if you want to become a resident and stay longer than those 3 months or longer than 1 year, you have to apply within your first 30 days of arrival. Even though the process takes many months, what happens is they backdate it to the date of your application, and your 1 year starts then, and you have to be paying taxes and so forth. Even if you do not make money here in Albania, there is an assumed $400 a month that you must earn regardless. So you have to pay taxes based on that, regardless if you make a penny here or not, and just have a pension back home or something like that. So it's $89 a month per person. Now, if you bring your spouse, and you can bring your spouse in 2 different ways. You could each apply to have a work permit and claim the $400 of income and pay $89 times 2. Or there's another way where you just bring your spouse on as a dependent. And so you get your residency first, then they put in the application for your wife or husband, whatever. And then that person is just put as a dependent, and so you just pay for the one $89 a month. So that is something you have to budget in. As well, if you are a resident here, you must have an accountant, which they call an economist here. And so an economist is going to run you $200 a year, give or take. Some might be $150, maybe $250, but on average, in that $200 per year, it is going to cost you. And each month they will provide you with the papers to go into the bank and pay your taxes. The banks will charge you about $3 to $4, depending on the bank, to pay those taxes in order to get it done. I have found many banks that will just not even take you. If you are a resident, yes, you can go get a bank account, but it depends how long you're planning to stay. In our case, we're just staying the 1 year, and so we're not going to set up a bank account only to close it later. So we just pay the $3 that we're paying right now. If you are paying your own utilities here, keep in mind water is going to be anywhere from $5 to maybe even $15, depending how big your family is per month. And your electricity can cost, I would say, between $15 and $50 a month, again, how much electricity you use. And then when it comes to internet, high-speed fiber optic internet, keep in mind you can get maybe 100 megabytes download, but your upload might be quite slow. When I say slow, I say 15 megabytes, 10 megabytes, depends where you live and how close I guess you are to the network. And you're gonna pay about $10 to $15 a month for the holy shit package. You're gonna pay $20 a month. Your cell phone, that's going to be, well, you can get as low as $5 a month, but the package that they offer that comes with the most data, which I believe is 40 gigabytes, that one is going to cost you $20 a month. So very inexpensive. Taxis are one of the more expensive things you're going to find in Albania. Just to go, 20 minutes down the road or 15 minutes down the road, it is going to be about $20. Buses, however, are very economical, and you can find buses, well, let's just say from here all the way to the capital. So that's going through all the mountains, everything, many hours, I think 6 hours. That's going to be $13. But local buses, 50 cents, 60 cents, that kind of thing. It's very, very inexpensive. Another big tip here is make sure you increase your withdrawal limit back at home in your home bank, because the ATMs here will be $5 to €5 each time you use it. So you don't want to use it more than 1, maybe 2 times a month. And that's because it can be very expensive, especially if you're talking a budget of $1,000. You don't want to spend $15, $20 of it just in bank fees. Another really big tip here is don't expect to use your credit card very often. Sure, there are places that will accept credit cards, but the vast majority do not. Debit cards, tapping and paying with your debit card, that is very common, obviously, in North America. Back in Canada, we never had cash. But here, cash is king. Cash is everything. You don't have cash, you can't buy anything. Behind me on both sides of the street, this is Pharmacy Row. There's pharmacies everywhere. Here you can get pretty much any drug, prescription free. You just have to know what you're looking for. Walk in, tell them exactly what you're looking for, and the dose, they will dispense it. The prices are extremely economical. Back in Canada, even with the health benefits, you often paid what was called a filling fee, and it was about $10 for each prescription. Well, most prescriptions here are about $10. So you are paying for the whole thing is just $10 as a whole. Big difference compared to in the United States or other places when you have no prescription plan. As well, life insurance here, not life insurance, sorry, health insurance. So premium health insurance for private health is $50 per year, or 50 euros. I think it's 50 euros, so $60 per year, let's just say, per person. So very, very economical. Now, a lot of people would assume auto gas means gasoline, that kind of thing. But no, that's natural gas, like propane. Sorry, propane, not natural gas. Here, so benzene would be the unlimited gasoline, or 95 octane they claim here, but I don't believe that's, I don't know, I could be wrong, but maybe, I don't think they check that, because I see that everywhere. And so as you can see, it's $1.83 per liter for unleaded gas. And then diesel is $1.94 for premium, and $1.92, I think it says, for regular diesel per liter. All right, one of the places I love to go to, well, I go here way too much every day, is called Joni Tavern. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, and this is Jason. His family owns this and he runs it, correct?
Yes.
And they also own a hotel down the road.
Yes, Complexion.
And is there another restaurant down there too?
No restaurant, yes.
Wow, and it's right on the beach. We're like a block from the beach as it is. Everybody here is super friendly, so this is a place to go. But to give you an idea of what things cost around here, this is like what a typical restaurant is, just better service. Service with a smile. And let's go in and take a look. Okay, so you have indoor and outdoor. You have all the different wines. You can get beer here, of course, and water and drinks. What you'll find very typical in Albania is this is the #1 thing all day long. You get your coffee, you get your bottle of water, and you get your Rocky, but I don't know where they keep that. Probably up there somewhere. Oh, there it is. And what does it cost? If somebody gets an espresso, a bottle of water, and a Rocky.
150 lek or 200?
150 lek to 200. It depends on where you're gonna go. It's gonna be that kind of price. So that's like $1.50 if you're thinking about US dollars. So very economical, and you could sit here for a couple hours for such a little amount. All right, so this is a typical type of menu for Albanian food. Everything you see here is very Albanian. It doesn't matter where you go, Go to Tirana, you go wherever, you're gonna get the same kind of food. There is some places that do slight differences. They might have more of a Greek vibe. Other places might have a little bit more Italian vibe, but for the most part, you're going to find a lot of fish.
A lot of fish.
Yeah, a lot of fish. There is a great deal of fish on here. And the good thing is the fish is caught usually the same day.
That's it.
Right? Because they catch them down there. They bring them up to the fish stores here. Yeah, 100 meters from here. And if you go in the morning, the fishermen are all just sitting out there with their catch, and you just buy it right off the boat. That is so cool. To give you an idea though, if I'm looking salads, you're looking at $3 to $5. These are meal salads, so like chicken Caesar salad is $6. Shrimp Caesar salad is $7. But the mixed salad, stuff like that, you're looking at about $3.50 to $4.50. Baked cheese, that is super popular here when you have either fried or baked cheese. It's absolutely delicious. We love it. And anywhere from $2 to $3 to have that. And then hard cheese, it says $3.50, so that's a little bit more. Another one is, so if you wanted like a shrimp pumpkin spaghetti, $8.50. Seafood risotto, yeah, $8. And but a plate of rice, $2.50. If you want just plain spaghetti, it's $3. But if you want bolognese is $4. And carbonara, which we love with the bacon, $4.50. It keeps going on like that, but let's go to the fish. The fish, you're looking at fresh, caught from the sea.
And wild.
Anywhere from $9, $9.50, $11 when you're talking octopus. And then prawns are $17. And then meats. Oh yeah, the meat here, they have a barbecue here and a grill. And everything here is going to be anywhere from $6.50 all the way up to, if you want a whole platter for a whole family or a group.
Depends on kilo.
Right, it goes based on the kilo. And so 1 kilogram of grilled lamb meat will be $24. So you can have a group of 4 people, you can put a platter down and everybody picks from it. And there's also a mixed meat, which is really great. So you can see that the prices are very, very realistic. There's no reason why 2 people can't come here, have a glass of wine, have 2 meals, and still be around that $20 mark, where in the United States, obviously Canada, those type of places, 80 you might be paying, you know, and remember, tipping is not generally a thing here. You can tip, don't get me wrong, but it's not a mandatory thing. And often it's the owner operators that are also serving you. So sometimes when they're serving you, they'll be like, no, we don't need that, because all of the money is theirs. But anyway, if you are in Saranda, this is the place to check out. Joni Tavern. And what's that hotel name again?
Complexione.
Complexione,
like the
Complexione.
Yes.
Fun, wonderful. And it's just down the way here.
50 meters from here.
50 meters, perfect. Or you can just come here and say, hey, where's your hotel?
Thank you.
Just come see Jason. Okay.
Thank you very much.
And there's his hotel, currently under some construction going on, plus they have that other restaurant right here. And of course, my favorite, an Americano. These are $1. You have to ask for them. They're not going to come if you order coffee. If you order coffee here, it's more like, looks like an espresso. I guess they call it maybe Turkish coffee. So those aren't, this is not 50 cents. This is going to cost you $1. As you can see though, they fill it right up for me and they make it exactly how I like it. So that's why every day, every morning, before I go to the shop, I come here, I get my coffee, and the people here, so nice. When I'm working on editing, that kind of thing, they'll deliver the food and bring it on a tray right to my desk, and I can edit and eat just like that. Okay, let's move on to food. When you're talking about fresh fruit and vegetables, you're going to find that to be everywhere here. There's plenty of vendors, especially in the summer, who are just set up along the sidewalk. Some of them that'll just rent out the small spaces that are empty right now just for the summer, and they will sell them well, pretty much anywhere. People will sell them out of their living room. Vegetables are extremely cheap here because they're all locally grown. There's no GMO stuff, so if you are looking for seedless oranges, those kind of things, you're probably not going to find that. And the seeds you get from the vegetables here, you can plant them in the ground, they will grow. So that is a big difference compared to what it's like in North America. Anyway, so let's show you what, like a convenience store, a corner store, what kind of prices they have, because often in North America those are inflated compared to the larger grocery stores, but you're going to find that that's not really the case here. So as you can see, here we are in January, and they still have lots of fresh fruits, vegetables, you name it. 120 a kilo, so that's $1.20 a kilo, $1.70 a kilo. Not a lot of prices on everything. Here we go. When you get to the peppers, $2.50 a kilo. You have, I think these are walnuts. Not sure on the price of that one. I don't see anything on there, but sunflower seeds, and I think those are beans. And what we got over here, potatoes, bananas, onions, 80 cents a kilo, cauliflower, $1.20 a kilo, tomatoes, $1.50 a kilo. These are astronomically large onions, I think. I'm not actually quite sure, but I see them everywhere. All right, lots of snacks. You will see candies and snacks to be very, very common here. This Oreo is $1.80, but these are generally 60 cents to $1, $1.20 maybe. Very popular if you love Kinder Surprise for the Americans that are not allowed to have them. They also have all kinds of other chocolates that Kinder makes that I've never seen before. 80 cents to $1.50, $1. But yeah, normal stuff like Snickers here. You see, they're only 50 cents. Mars bars 50 cents, and Bounty. You won't see a lot of other brands, but those are the typical brands you find here. We have cookies, $1.80, $1.20. Alcohol, so $13, $10, $10. You can see on average $15. $25 if you want Jack Daniels. So imports are always going to be more expensive, just like the wines. You can see you can get this whole bottle of wine here for $3.50, or $5 for this one, but $4.50, $5, $5. Then you go to $8. So you can see it's very reasonable priced, and it gets more reasonable the more local it's made. Doritos, just like you see back at home. I believe it's around $1. There you go. 80 cents for these. This is quite popular here, is to have all these croissants that are either covered in chocolate or filled with chocolate, that kind of thing. Very popular. 60 cents, 50 cents for the smaller bags of chips here. And you see it's Lay's, brand that most people understand. And you know, nuts and peanuts, stuff like that, all like $1. Some this one's $2.50, but for the most part they're all going to be about $1. Cereals going to be a little bit more pricey, again imported, so $4.30, $3.30, $5 for this one, and so on and so forth. When it comes to soft drinks, it gets a little dark in here. 80 cents for Coca-Cola, Fanta. These bigger bottles, these are 95 cents or 90 cents, I believe. It's written right on them, 95 cents each. So 95 cents for the big bottles of Coke. Fanta, very popular. You don't see a lot of Pepsi products, so I said that, and I see a Pepsi, but Coke is definitely more predominant here. You can get beer here anywhere, grocery stores, alcohol, you know, there's no restrictions on that kind of thing. And the beers are going to be about, I believe, $1. Let's see, same thing, they have them all also here. And actually, I think I can actually, no, I don't see the price there, but it's generally, oh, there you go, $1.50 for these Heinekens here, $1.20 for the smaller ones. So L bar is going to be probably $1 then, because that is locally made. What else do we have? Some juices. So large juice, $2.50, $1.70 for those. And milk here, it's interesting. So they're $1.40 for these, for the milk. And if you look, the expiry date will be a long time from now. I believe that says June 24th. So June 24th for this. This is 3.2. There's 1.5. So, you know, 2% milk type thing will be 1.5% here. And this is June 16th, June 1st, 2022. So as you can see, milk can stay outside of the fridge and it stays fresh and it lasts for 6 months. Not sure how they do it, but that's how it works. So, you know, feminine products, stuff like that, $1.60, very inexpensive. Soaps and stuff like that, they're all going to be around that 60 cents to $1. Cleaning supplies, everything you see back home, of course, is going to be here. So $2.20 if you want your not Windex. Ajax is their brand here. Fairy dish soap, $3.50, $1.80, $2.20. Again, grocery stores are going to have this kind of stuff because they buy in bulk at a much lower cost. Laundry, so anywhere from $3.50, $5, $6. That's pretty typical. $4.80. Even at the bigger grocery stores, you're going to find that $3 to $8 range for your laundry detergent. And then also, you know, they have dishwashers here, but it's not that common. And it's going to be the same kind of pricing scheme that you see there. Mops and stuff like that here. Paper towels, $1.50. You're going to find some that are sometimes $1. These industrial ones, they got them at $3.30. Kind of get the point there. Towels and stuff, because we're right by the beach, so they're going to have all kinds of beach wear and stuff like that here too. If you want an ironing board, this one's $2 or $26. Drying racks, this is going to be the most important thing you want around here. $13 for this one, because you don't have dryers. There's very, very few people have a clothing dryer. You have to use a drying rack. So yeah, all kinds of stuff that you can ever imagine. You got lots of jams. Jam is very easy to get here and very popular. $2 is pretty standard, $2.50. Nutella chocolate spreads. There's so many different types of chocolate spreads. This one here you can see is $1.80. This one, I don't know why this one is, but this one's a little bit more pricier at $2.70. It's not in English, so I'm not sure. This one's $5.80, but it depends. Maybe it's amount of sugar, I'm not sure. But flours and stuff like that, pasta, of course, is hugely popular here. You're looking at 60, 80 cents, that kind of thing for a bag of pasta. Olive oil, very, very popular here, obviously, because olives are grown and in this area. And so olive oil is probably the number one. And you're going to pay, they have these squeeze bottle ones. I love them. $2.50 for this. So it's very nice. We don't really use these kind of oils. We only use olive oil at home. It makes sense, and I like the taste of it. Frozen goods, so meats and stuff like that, vegetables, and of course chickens. You will see this quite often, just like you see it here, and you're going to be in that. Well, let's see. That one is hard to read that price. That might be a price per kilo. I'm not even sure, but I think that's $10 for that bag of chicken there. So there we go. If you're interested also, if you are a smoker or anything like that, cigarettes will run you, as you can see, around $2 to $3.50 for the imports. But anything else, $2.20, that kind of thing. When I say imports, I mean imports from the United States, as opposed to imports from Europe. Your imports from Europe are going to be that $2 to $3, and then the Marlboros are going to be $3.50. Let's see, got different kinds of meats here too. $2, $4, those kind of prices. And you know, butter, margarine, $1.40, $2.40. And then of eggs, and eggs, it's $1 to $1.50, that kind of thing. Okay, another thing is cars. A lot of people will ask, how much is a rental car? Well, that really depends. If you rent from the airport, it's going to cost you an extra, I think it's about $285 tax. So even though you can get the rental car maybe for $40, $50, $60, depending how long you're keeping it, you have to add that $285. So you definitely don't want to do anything to do with the airport. There's a major company like Avis is here, and so if you have Avis points and all this stuff, you can use that stuff. They will be convenient because you can drive them from one city to the other and just leave the car with them and not have to do a round trip, but they're not going to be the least expensive. There are companies all over the place that do like tours and stuff like that. There's one right here. They do different types of rental cars and, you know, rent a bike, motorbike, that kind of thing. Plus they'll do everything, tours in apartments, whatever. There's these type of people all over the place that will help you out with all kinds of things. Those you can rent there on like a semi-permanent basis, 6 months, whatever, something like that, and you can get a car as low as, I'd say, about $200 to $250 a month, but an average of maybe 300, about 250 euros, 240 euros. You can, but that is if you can drive manual. If you drive automatic, it's going to be much more difficult to find a car, and you are going to have to pay a premium because there's very few, and they're pretty much only tourists that drive manual or automatic cars. So you got to know your stick shift here. All right, now keep in mind this is a tourist town. I keep mentioning that. So the pricing is quite a bit different from up where we live, where the average Albanian will live, as opposed to what it is like down here, downtown, right on the waterfront, where you have hotels and restaurants all over. The pricing here is going to be considerably higher, maybe 50% to 100% more expensive. There's a place right up around the corner here where they do you know, drinks and everything for tourists, and they're only pretty much open during the tourist season in the summer, and they close the rest of the year. And what they charge there for like a mixed drink, say a screwdriver, orange juice and vodka, they will charge 8 euros to 11 euros for a single drink. Now, locals would never pay that kind of money, and you know, the places where down by where we are, something like that might be $3 or $4. So it's quite expensive when you come down to the tourist area. As well, the hotels here on season will get very expensive, and they sell out so badly that last summer families had to stay at the hostel because it was the only place available to stay. And in case you're wondering, yes, hostels are about 10 euros a night in order to stay at a hostel. There are a ton of them here, I believe 23 of them or something like that. And you can get better deals, obviously, if you stay longer. And if you don't have any money, well, you can just volunteer your time and put in some work, and they'll let you stay there for free, and they might even feed you. So that's a pretty good deal. But yeah, so all the pricing we are telling you, it does get exponentially more expensive when you're down in the tourist area. I think that's the same no matter where you live. It's always more expensive in those parts. So where we're gonna go now, though, is a restaurant we found down here that we love to go to. Their service is amazing, the food is fantastic, and the pricing is very reasonable. We generally will spend $20 for the two of us, and that's drinking wine and eating a full meal. They give you free dessert. Most places give you a free dessert, like a plate of fruit here. So get used to that. That's going to come before you get the bill. But you'll see. It's a really great place. We're going to go there right now. And if you want to take boat tours, they have them all over the place. Prices are going to range based on where you want to go, but on average, they'll charge about 20 euros to join the trip. Or in this case, $20, 2,000 lek, and they go to several different destinations. A lot of places you'll see very busy, and they look like the kind of place that would have food and drinks, but no, just drinks. You won't find any food in them at all. That's very common, especially when you're trying to find something to eat, of course. Can't see the water, but it is right over there. All right.
Hello.
Look at this place. Look at it. So beautiful. Okay, so like I said at the other location, at the Joni Tavern and Cafe, the food you're going to find is pretty typical. It's Albanian food with a little bit of Greek mix. So you get the same sort of seafood, everything else, and the pricing is about the same here. That's why it's a jewel along the water. The water's right behind us right now. Most of the places here raise their prices significantly and are basically set up for tourists. So we like to get the spicy salami,
Yes.
which is usually really good, and it's $8. The plate is huge, a lot of food.
They offer.
Yeah, they have a lot of items on
and
here.
as well as drink.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and a glass of wine, like $2.50. Very inexpensive here. They do have this baked cheese that we love that has sesame seeds and honey and something else. And it
really
tastes terrific. Oh my God.
Amazing.
It's really, really good. The fish soup and the chicken soup, highly recommend that as well. Same at the cafe, or Joni. I always call it the cafe, mostly because that's where I get my coffee. But I do eat there quite often too. So we do like it here. Every once in a while they make stuff that's not even on the menu. Like last
If you
time.
ask politely, they can probably whip it up if it's relatively easy.
Right, I guess if they have the ingredients. I meant the lamb last time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, for our New Year's, they had a special of like grilled lamb.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, raki here is $1. So it's still well priced if you do like your moonshine to sip. And yeah, everything else, you know, beer, $2, $2.50, up to $3. So it's very well priced, and we really like it here.
And not only that, but the ambience here is so pretty. Like they have so many different items on the wall that can keep you busy while you eat, just to look at. That's why I really love it.
Yeah, and usually this place is packed, but we came early because we knew we'd have to ask them to turn the music off, and we didn't want to
Yeah.
interrupt other guests. So it's only 5:30 p.m. and people don't generally eat till later here. So
Which is surprising for me, but
right, it's a European thing. Okay, down here at the sea, we got a thunderstorm coming, and unfortunately a lot of construction going on at different hotels. But before I get to what our budget is, breakdown of it, each individual item, let me just say that your budget's going to be somewhat different, obviously, and it depends. Like, how often do you want to go eat out at dinner at a restaurant? How much do you drink alcohol wise, that kind of thing? Those things obviously can reflect how much money you're going to end up spending. Also, how many tourist things are you going to want to do? If you're going to want to rent the beds out here in the summer, well, those are going to run you about $23 a day in order to rent it out, and obviously that's going to put a crimp on anybody's budget. But let me give you a breakdown what our monthly budget is. I've written it down here. So as we know, our rent, which is our by far, I think 65% of our entire budget, is 600 euros, which is $720 a month. Dining out, we do it about 3 times a month, maybe sometimes 4, but most of the time it's 3 when we were doing the math. So that's $60. Coffee out budget, like I said, every morning I get my coffee, but I don't go every day, but then some days I have 2. So I'm just going to average it out and say that's $30 a month. Groceries, we spend about $40 a week on groceries. We live a pretty simple life. We only usually have 1 big meal and then maybe a packet of ramen or something like that as like a snack later. We're not, yeah, we just don't eat a lot. Just not a big thing for us. Cell phones, that cost us $28 a month because we go for the 20 gigabyte package each that we've talked about before. Miscellaneous, so like things like Netflix, the little things that add up in your bank account, like Adobe, so you have Adobe Premiere for editing, or Photoshop for editing photos. So we pay those annual or monthly subscriptions for that. and that's like $30 a month. And then the remaining amount, which is $72, I believe, it's kind of like a mix fund, because you have, like I said, the health insurance is $50 a year. So, you know, you do the math on that, what's that, $8 a month? And then prescriptions, we each have one prescription that we get every month. I believe it costs $15 total for both of us. So that's, you know, those little things kind of add up. And then maybe sometimes we go over a little bit over on our groceries or something. So for us, it's $1,100 a month. But as I stated, this is considered a very expensive apartment that we have. There are plenty of apartments, especially if you come off season, or maybe don't pick Saranda, pick some one of the other cities, or towns, I should say, all throughout Albania, where $200 to $250 a month is still a really nice place. Keep in mind, the locals, the average wage here is about $400 a month. So you can imagine that they have to live within those means. Now, people are very family oriented here, so they generally don't live single, all by themselves, paying the bills by themselves. They do everything in family units here, which allows them to be more successful in having, you know, everything they need in life to live well. So that does play a part. And I don't know if $400 would be a very realistic one, unless you literally are living on rice and we're in a shared accommodation or something. But I definitely think $550, $600 a month, you could definitely live like we do, but just on a better priced apartment, that kind of thing. So it's very, very possible. Easily could live there. I think when we go to the Philippines, we can expect even lower than that. I know there's a lot of people that pay about 250 US dollars a month, not 250 euros, that kind of thing, for a place to live. So we're looking forward to that too. But we do love it here in Albania, don't get me wrong, we really do. But residency, like we have mentioned, is expensive. It's easier to get, it's not like the US or anything. And we have videos on that stuff, and we'll do more because they're not quite updated. But our residency ends in this May, and we're hoping we can move to the Philippines by May of this year. We're really excited for that. And thanks for checking out the video, and hope it helps. If not, if there's anything you were like, I don't know what the cost of this or that is, just put it down in the comments below. Happy to answer it for you. Okay, thank you so much. Take care.